Before I begin the video, I want to give thanks and appreciation to my Heavenly Father because without Him, I wouldn't have the encouragement and perseverance to get up every day, and that's where my belief and faith rest in. I love you very much, God, and I thank you for allowing every day, every day. Hey dudes and dudettes, I hope your day is going just as sublime as your face. Welcome to my channel, Girly Cinema, where I give my opinion and analysis on movies and TV shows, and I will be discussing feminine advice and lessons through film and TV, and how it can ultimately help you in self-growth and self-improvement you can use in your daily life. Let's get cozy and grow together one girly scene at a time. In today's video, I will be talking about The Notebook and where lies lead to heartbreak. While opinions are more than welcome, however, there are boundaries within having opinions which can be harmful. Please keep it respectful, insightful, and tasteful in the comment section if you do decide to comment down below, and the world will continue to be a beautiful place for everybody. Now with that being said, let's unpack this video. Allie Hamilton needed a swig of honesty juice for herself. I thought it was ridiculous and quite terrible of her to just not only be honest with herself, but she was allowing other people's opinions to fuel the judgment on what she wanted, which was to paint and be with Noah. The only person that truly saw her was Noah, and I loved how he clocked how emotionally irresponsible and unaccountable she was when they got back together again. Now, Noah and Allie were wrong with how they got back together. It was emotionally impulsive, wrong, selfish, and thoughtless, because she cheated on Lon with Noah, and Noah was the side guy for a moment. And the fact that the only thing wrong with Lon was that he was boring says a lot about how privileged Allie was in not deciding her own emotions, because she felt she had to be scripted with Lon. Because he was a safe choice, and he was nice and great, but didn't light up Allie's life like Noah did. Of course, movies gotta play up the characters being super messy and flawed and darting around accountability, because it's easier to make quote-unquote money that way than to bring actual depth and character and development, which will require them to come out of lazy writing. And plus, the studio executives of these networks and productions live for the chaos and disruption because they project how they personally feel on TV. When really, you can make a script with characters that are passionate and soulmate energy enduring like Noah and Allie were, and still give them accountability and emotional grace, because people enjoy what pays off and are tired of the same hand-me-down scripts that they need to bring back passionate scripts where the actors and actresses thoroughly get invested in the characters and lose themselves in the plot entirely. But anywho, I love how the way Noah did pursue Allie. He was very assertive in his masculinity, and he knew what he wanted the moment he laid eyes on her. And it was so genuine because he never had cruel intentions with Allie, and neither did Lon. The only difference was Lon was a great guy and Noah was a standout man. Yeah, they loved Allie dearly. It's just that that just wasn't Allie's heart. But again, they were both providers, and she was always going to be taken care of and be in her feminine role. So that was really good for her. And that's how every woman should be when it comes to a man being in his role for you. And if that man doesn't want to be in his role and pursue you with actual good intentions, then he isn't worthy of you or your time, and you keep moving. Lon clearly felt worthy of Allie, and Noah stepped up to the plate to become worthy of Allie, and they both pursued her and chased her because they chose her. And all Allie did was be Allie. Gorgeous, smart, minding her business, and didn't need to lift one finger or be a pick-me, desperately begging for a man to love her the way that she deserves, and she got what she deserved. And Noah knew he was blessed with a woman like Allie, and both Lon and Noah knew she was the prize, and that's how it goes. Ladies, if God has not called for you to have a husband just yet, or let alone in this life, not to be married, that's totally okay. Be okay with you. Everything else is lying to you, and you're just listening to your flesh cloud your judgment, and when you go against the grain, you win stupid prizes, and the grass is never green on the other side. And that relationship will suck and drain you, and you won't have no one to hold responsible but you. When it's not your time, God means just that. And besides, relationships are always optional, and women and men will always need each other. That doesn't mean that you want or are required to be in a relationship. That's totally fine. Spend time getting to know who you are as a person before you reciprocate a man's advances towards you. Back on subject, look at how the way he looks at Allie upon first meeting her. He's locked in, He has no intention of letting go of that gaze and has completely zeroed in on Allie. And it's so sweet. And she's attracted to him too. She was just being emotionally mature for a moment about it. Now, throughout the movie, it's montages of their budding relationship blossoming and they're spending time together and loving each other and thoroughly get to know each other in a relationship. And you can tell by now that this is not an ordinary love, no Social𓆉. It's not a fling. They're pretty far from that, especially with how the way they both look at each other. It's longing and it's desire and it's passion and it's genuine love. So you know that this is not just a summer one-time thing and that's it. And he is so obsessed with her, and that's what made the relationship so emotionally endearing, because Noah was showing her how to live and talking to her beyond him being physically attracted to her. He was actually showing genuine interest in her as a person, and not just a trophy on his arm to show off because of toxic masculinity, but is in love and attracted to the woman she is. Because Noah loves himself some Allie, the way how he is with her, and they love each other very much, but Noah's is more, and that's his heart. What got in the way of their relationship was when other people's projections kept coming from a selfish place of insecurity onto them and mistrust of their own personal feelings. And the fact that Allie's mom kept all the letters that Noah sent Allie for a full year was so petty and undermining, because she was high-key living through Allie's experiences of her, vicariously living through her. And Allie and her had the same commonality with being attracted to the same kind of man. It's just that in Allie's case, she went through with hers, and the mother was more focused on self-righteous reputation than being with the love of her life. So you know where her head is at. How dreadfully, unmorally sad that she was preventing Allie from having her own experiences because she denied hers. That was wrong, and that is absolutely why you don't tell anyone who you're in a relationship with, and I mean anyone. That is between you, your significant other, and God. It was bad with how Allie was convinced, due to the false sense of comfort she was being in, gate kept from her by her mother, and feeling that she needed to play a part instead of being an individual. And that's what Noah was talking to her about. And I loved that about him. They were toxic, make no mistake about that. And the way how they came back to each other was wrong again, but they can become better from it and apologize for how they came together and really get everything out in the open with each other. It was just a giant form of miscommunication due to poor situational judgment call. And finally, Allie made a decision for herself, and that was to be with the love of her life till death do them part, literally. But that's what you want and you need from a significant other, for you both to hype each other up and push each other out of your comfort zones in the best way, where you yourself are not standing in your own way, but receiving exactly what is meant for you, and will lovingly call you out and hold you accountable because they see you and enrich you with so much life that you could never conceive of being possible. They have to be your best friend and by your side and standing with you, where you won't ever have to second guess who they are as a person, and a man with his intentions being genuine and clear, you will know just that without confusion. Anything else is blasphemy and distraction. That's why The Notebook worked, and I'm surprised TikTok hasn't gotten hold of the audio and people recreating the argument scene, because it was so passionate and kept you glued. But Noah and Allie were a cute couple that were very deserving of each other. Nonetheless, The Notebook was an enjoyable watch, and it was bittersweet at the same time. Now the takeaway is, never put your feelings on hold for other people and keep your relationships to yourself. I am so glad you came across my video, and I hope you enjoyed today's content. I appreciate you guys so much for taking a gander on my channel. Feel free to express your thoughts in the comment section below. If you'd like to keep up with any upcoming announcements, news, and post entertainment, be sure to check out my blog. The link is in the description box, and if you made it to the end of the video, comment your favorite thing in the world. And remember, without God, we all wouldn't be here. Well, that's all folks. Have a happy rest of your day. Bye!